Hello and welcome to the Long Island weather summary for March as we head into a new month. And we're going to go over the month of March in review at iSlip and then some of the other sites. And then we'll talk a little bit about the weather in April. Obviously, I'm not doing these things on a regular basis, but being that we are entering a new month, it's kind of important that we talk about things. So we did have a record. First of all, let me just go to this. First of all, there was a record high temperature set at iSlip on Saturday, March 29th. And this record high tied the all-time highest temperature for the month of March at 82 degrees, set in 1990. And the records at iSlip go back to 1963. So if you still don't believe in climate change, well, there's more proof of it right there. And we'll go to the next here. So let's go to the month in review at iSlip because it was a very warm month, March, perhaps one of the warmest Marches on record. And if they do if we do see any of the warmest Marches on record, I'll make another video about it. But let's talk about there's that 82 record 82 there that was set. And early in the month, though, it did get down to 17 on the 3rd. So that was the lowest, but no record lows, just record highs. Average maximum high for March, 54.2. That's well above the normal 47.7. That's 6.5 degrees above normal. All right, that is quite a bit. And last March was above normal, too. As you see, the last year's was 53.9. The average minimum, 35.9. That is 3.9 degrees above the normal of 32. And last year we had an average minimum of 37.5. So last March was also above normal. Most months are above normal. It's very rare to have a month that's below normal. That's just another sign of what I'm talking about, climate change. That I'm going to keep talking about. Mean 45 degrees for the month of March 2025. The normal is 39.9, so that puts us 5.1 degrees above normal. And last March, we were only 0.7 degrees above normal, so a lot warmer than last March. No snowfall, but we did have a lot of days with precipitation. And for the month of March, we had 4.76 inches of rain. That's not that much above the normal 4.51. All right, that's not. Only 0.25 inch above normal, only a quarter inch above normal. But we've had a lot of days with precipitation. So if we go over here, we've had a lot of days with precipitation. So 16 days with light rain, 2 days. Excuse me. It's that time of the year with allergies. 16 days with light rain, 2 days with heavy rain, 1 day with a thunderstorm. So most days we had rain. 5 days with rain. So you can see here, when you add it all up, let's see, 16 plus 2, 18, 19 plus 5, 24 days with precipitation. 24 days. And every day for the past week we've had precipitation. We're going to go over that too. We're going to look at some of this other stuff too. So fog, 14 days with fog. There was a lot of sucky drizzle around. And haze, 3 days with haze, believe it or not. No days with snow and no snowfall. Again, March, I think March we're supposed to see, let's see, snowfall for March. Let's find the normal amount of snowfall here. If we can find it. Snowfall. Does it have the normal? Or normal is supposed to be, I think, 6.5 inches. So we got none. So no snowfall at all for March, or for iSlip. Now we'll go to an older site, Central Park, which was above normal. In the top 10 warmest Marches on record. We'll look at their monthly weather summary as well. And I'm glad that Upton put the weather summary up, the monthly summaries up on time this time. So for Central Park, an average high of 55.6. That's above the normal 49.9 by 5.7 degrees. The average minimum, 38.1. That was a 2.3 degrees above the normal of 35.8. A mean at Central Park of 46.9 puts us 4.1 degrees above the normal mean of 42.8. Obviously, no snowfall. We'll go over to JFK. And JFK was very warm, 55.8 for an average maximum that is 7.1 degrees above the normal of 48.7, an average minimum of 38.4, 4.8 degrees above the normal of 33.6, and a mean average for March of 47.1. That is 6 degrees above the normal of 41.1. And we have yet to see Newark, which might even be an even bigger anomaly. So let's go and look at Newark right now. And Newark, oh yeah, Newark is the biggest anomaly, no surprise. Average maximum of 58.2. Normally supposed to be 50.9 for an average maximum in March. And what just happened here? All right, this just malfunctioned. What just... All right. What just happened here? Oh, maybe that was the old one? All right, yeah, it's something... Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It somehow got changed. All right, I don't know what happened there. Some kind of glitch. Anyway, let's start over again. 58.2, 7.3 degrees above the normal high of 50.9. Average minimum of 38.1, 3.9 degrees above the average minimum of 34.2. And that puts us a mean temperature of 48.1 degrees at Newark. That is 5.6 degrees above the normal of 42.5. So that is just unbelievably warm March, and really, really just crazy how warm it has been for the month. We're going to actually go, I'm going to just go look at the preliminary data for iSlip, and we'll go back a month. We'll go back to... I don't know if I can set this back. I don't know if I can. All right, maybe we can go. Actually, no, it might actually show. It's actually just showing us for March. Okay, so here we go. I just want to point out all the days with rain that we had because it was ridiculous. All right, this is, what are we looking at here? This is iSlip, and this is showing March. Is this showing March? I'm going to see here. Just pardon me for a moment. I'm trying to figure out if we're looking at March here. I think we're looking at March. Okay. So you can see all the days we've had precipitation. There were quite a few. The first part of the month was kind of dry, but the second part, that's when the weather switched and it got kind of wet. And that's when we saw that switch take place, and we got into kind of a wet pattern, which is what we've been in with rain chances again, you look at the past week here. The last week of March, for instance, here, almost every day has had some sort of precipitation, even if it's only a trace. So it's a lot of rain right there. All right, so a lot of wet days. And now Central Park, I'm going to go and we'll go back to the monthly weather summary for that because I kind of glossed over precipitation because they got a lot more rain than we did. They got 5.52 inches of rain. So that's 1.23 inches above normal. And Newark might have been even higher than that. See if we can pull that up again, if it wants to work or not. Doesn't seem like it wants to work. All right, let's see. Rainfall at Newark for the 4.58, above the normal 4.193. So it wasn't a hugely wet month. It was a little bit above normal, but there were just a lot of days with rain or lousy drizzle or light rain or whatever like that. So we'll talk about the rainfall that we had from the past system here. I'm going to just go to, we'll do 36 hours and just show you the rainfall that we got from the rain last night across Long Island. It was, as you go further east, it was less, like a half inch. As you go into Nassau, it gets to more like closer to 3/4 of an inch. Central Park got over an inch, 1.32. This kind of shows you how the storms kind of lost intensity as they moved out of New Jersey. North Jersey, they really got a lot of rain, 1.5 inches there. Heading further south, you can see it ranges from around 3/4 of an inch in Ocean County, and as you head up into Central Jersey, over an inch in some of these areas. In Northwest Ocean County, over an inch there. So, yeah, a lot of rain fell in that system there. So we'll go back to the station plot and just look at what we got going on. Now, today was a fairly clear day. There was some clouds in and out, as I was talking about before. Some scattered cirrus, which didn't really show up too well in the satellite, but there was some of it, and a little bit of a haze in the air too. I noticed today. I don't know if you noticed it, but I was out in the pines taking pictures, not in Jersey, but just on Long Island, and you'll see here that there was some haze in the sky. Here's another kind of another picture, kind of showing you a little bit of haze. Maybe that was from the cirrus. It seemed like it got a little bit better toward the afternoon, and sunset again. You could sort of see it at sunset, the haze in the air, and some of that scattered cirrus that we were dealing with, and a little bit of jet chunk too. So it wasn't a completely clear day. This is the sunset, and again, kind of shows you the haze that we got out there. So temperatures. Well, if you face the outside, you'll have temperatures, I guess, in the 40s. I guess 43. Yeah, we got 45 at Islip, 43 at Shirley, 43 at West Hampton. As you head to the city, it's closer to the upper 40s, 48 at LaGuardia. Unfortunately, my alley, it's in there. Let's see. I think we got 52. So, yeah, it's a little bit warmer in the alley, but not a huge amount, but the closest reading is 47. So, maybe 5 degrees warmer than surrounding. And they had the laundry exhaust going, so when I got home, I had to put the air conditioner on, to deal with that. Not seeing any radiational cooling yet, but there could be tonight, because we'll go over the dew points. Oh, yeah, there is in Miller Air Park. They're down to 33. So they're getting some radiational cooling in the New Jersey Pinelands, and I don't see that here. We still got a wind. That's why. But the dew points are in the upper teens. So if we go through the day at Islip, you'll see dew points. Dew point there is 22. 26. Yeah, it seems like it dropped a little more. It's a little lower out east, I guess. As you head to Jersey, it's probably higher, but we'll see what the dew point is there at Miller Air Park, 28. So, yeah, it is a little higher. And it was warmer if you were in Jersey today. We'll go over our highs today. Highs, mid-50s across Long Island, which was a little bit above normal if we actually go to our... We'll go to our daily climate report, and we'll show you the daily climate report for Islip. You'll see that we had a normal high of 55. That's 2 degrees above the normal of 53. Actually, they just updated it. So high at 57. That's 3 degrees above the normal. Wait a minute. Am I looking at Islip here, or did this thing just move? Hold on a sec. Let's see what happened. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like acting weird. All right, 55 was the high. That's 2 degrees above the normal. They changed the site on me. That's what happened. I think it. So 2 degrees above the normal high. So it was a little bit above normal, low 43, 6 degrees above normal. So, yeah. So it was definitely warmer than it should have been today. And as you headed toward the city, it was warmer, 58 in Central Park. And you head even further inland, yeah, close to 60. Wow, 63 at Miller Air Park. Wow. So it was very warm there. That's definitely above normal even for them. So looking at the lows, those are probably the current temperatures we got right now. So so we went over all that. We'll just talk about the weather. Unfortunately, the suckage is going to continue as we head into April with more opportunities for rain. Big storm right there. That's going to become our problem as we get toward the weekend in the Midwest. And surface analysis shows, again, this storm. And there is severe weather with it as well. Go to the Storm Prediction Center. Got a lot going on with that. Yeah, you can see severe weather in Midwest going on there. We pull this out. You'll see that you got a number of wind advisories and severe weather alerts and red flag warnings and stuff like that. North End's got winter weather. They had a very bad ice storm, by the way, a couple of days ago in Michigan and also parts of Canada as well. Lots of power outages there. So anyway, let's look at just the general pattern as we head into the April, because obviously as we head into this month, looking at the way this month is going to turn out, it's going to be very similar to the way the end of March turned out. No really big changes here. It's just going to continue to be stormy. So you can see, all right, you get the ridge building there, and that's going to push that. We're going to push back into the warm air again. It's a lot of back and forth. Unsettled weekend. You can see the highway with the storms going along it. Trough comes in, brings in colder air next week. And then we see another trough coming in So you can see the troughiness continuing, and that means there'll be some warm-ups and a lot of up and down and a lot of precipitation with that storm track over us. Look at the European as well. 12 is the European, same deal probably. Yeah, pretty much the same deal. All right, so we'll go and look at the anomaly chart. You'll see what I mean when you look at these temperature anomaly charts. That you'll see tomorrow will be one more cool day. Then that warm air surges in for Thursday, Friday, and then the weekend we're kind of playing with the stall fronts. And then as we get into next week, that we see some cold air coming in, relatively cold air. And then you can see it maybe backs off, but you can still see the east tends to be cool because there's a trough in the east. And that's why. That's where we're also staying wetter than normal as well. GFS, at least it doesn't look like April will see crazy temperature anomaly like March did. You'll see that warmth, and then it kind of backs off. Look at the GFS also doing the same thing. All right. So looking at the surface because of all this, we're in a lot of storms. So that high builds in, gives us one more dry day tomorrow. But once again, even tomorrow night, we're going to have rain chances. That warm front moves through. And then as we go to Thursday, we've got a warm front that's going to try to push through. Then it tries to move back south again as a backdoor cold front. Stalls to the south. And then on the weekend, we're playing with the stall front. Clouds and opportunities for precipitation. And then Sunday, we have another opportunity for precipitation with the cold front Sunday evening. And then we try to push this all offshore and have at least a string of dry days next week. But then here comes yet another storm for next weekend. So, it kind of stays kind of wet. And at least we are seeing cooler air. So it won't be quite as warm as it's been. But if we look at the total accumulated precip on the GFS, you can see, yeah, there's going to be a lot for us. All right, go over to the European. It's probably thinking above normal precipitation with it looking like this. Yeah, at least 3-4 inches of rain, perhaps, as we go through the middle part of the month there. And again, this again shows you that there's that high, and you can see warm front chances for rain tomorrow, and then we've got another that kind of moves to the south a little bit. Got a little bit of a break Friday night. But then Saturday, we're dealing with rain chances again. Maybe we get warm sectored on Sunday before the cold front moves through, and then that high builds down and gives us some cool weather. But both seems to show a low cutting off by next week. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be sunshine in this forecast, but unfortunately there will be stretches of dreary weather. Just sucky weather, as I like to put it on. You know how much I hate that. So, we'll go over our Climate Prediction Center. Kind of backs up what we're seeing here. 6 to 10 day outlook. We have a slight area of above normal precipitation, below normal, and you see the below normal temperatures. In the east, 8 to 14 day. Has precipitation near normal, not above normal. So maybe they're thinking it'll be a little bit drier than some of these models are saying, and maybe the rain won't be as heavy as some of these models are indicating right now. We'll go and look at the HRRR, just show you what we're going to be dealing with through tomorrow. And again, I don't do these on a regular basis, but just because we are in a new month, just to show you what's going on. So you see there's that warm front that could trigger a shower tomorrow night. Yeah, I know. We're not getting one completely dry day. We had a little precipitation this morning as the rain was taking off. Tomorrow there'll be more precipitation at night. And then Thursday it looks like we're going to start with sucky drizzle. And then we are worried about, looks like a line of showers comes through perhaps in the middle of the day. Hi, vey. And then we try to move this all off to the south on Friday perhaps. But you'll look here at the dew points and wind flow. And you see the north winds coming east tomorrow. And then there's that warm front. That's what's the focus point for the storms. And then you can see what happens on Thursday. The warm air rushes in. It's going to be warm and humid, too. These are dew points in the 60s. So, again, we're going to have the return of muggy weather on Thursday. And that, again, could promote some thunderstorm activity. And if there is a risk of severe, I'll have an update on that. Tomorrow, with that wind off the water, it's going to be cool. Probably temperatures only in the 40s. There'll also be more clouds around, some high clouds. We'll go over that in a moment. But you'll see that the temperatures tonight could be, again, colder in the Pine Barrens. There's radiational cooling. 30s for the rest of us, though. Yours truly probably will be lucky to get to 40 in the alley. So, and you'll see what happens on Thursday. Look at how warm it gets inland. Yeah, well into the 70s. On the South Shore, it'll be a lot cooler, and you could have some fog there. Similar to yesterday, I guess, right? Yeah, similar to yesterday. So we had that same kind of deal yesterday with it was much warmer inland, and that could help promote thunderstorms. We'll have to see what happens with that, obviously. And as far as rainfall goes, as far as how much rain we're going to see, right, total accumulated precip on the HRRR, it does not showing a whole lot. Probably most of it will be just sucky drizzle and light rain. But as we get toward the weekend, that's when it kind of ramps up. Euro is not too bullish on this either. But then as we get to the weekend, you can see what happens. Friday morning, maybe a shower, and then as we get toward the weekend, you'll start seeing some of that, more of that rainfall come into the picture, and maybe sucky drizzle in there too as well. Again, so here's your situation here. You can see Friday, we're going to push that to the south. So hopefully the day on Friday will be dry. But then for Saturday, we'll have to watch for this system, though. It doesn't look like widespread rain, but it could be sucky drizzle around. This looks like another warm front, actually. That's exactly what it looks like. Look at dew point. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. And a setup like this on Saturday screams drizzle with a warm front here and the east wind, and then the warm sector comes back in on Sunday. And that's when we'd see temperatures again. Similar deal again. Inland, you are going to soar up there, 80 and muggy. Coastal will be cooler. So similar deal again with this setup here. And, with this kind of setup, you could have possibly severe weather. So I'll just go to the RGEM for the clouds. Just use the one model here just to show you the clouds. So tomorrow will probably be your last day. You're going to see the sun. There'll be some high clouds from time to time, perhaps some jet junk in there. And then the clouds kind of roll in for Thursday. Maybe there will be a couple of breaks where, again, it warms up a little bit. I could promote some instability. For Friday, we could try to push this to the south, and maybe we'll get sun mixed with high clouds, perhaps. But if we go to any of the other models, like the GFS, we're stuck in it right through the weekend, and we have to wait till next week to get out of it. So, yeah, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. That's the bottom line. It's going to suck. That's all there is to it. Let me, we'll go to the Ventu Sky, windy.com to show you what we got here with the visibility. I can kind of look at this too as well. Just to go over this, and then that's it. Hear me sighing because I'm so sick of this crap. I hate this. I hate when you get that sucky drizzle. It's so annoying. So here, look at it for Thursday. You see, all right, those are just showers. So Thursday we may not have sucky drizzle, but Friday I don't think we'll have it. But Saturday, it's not showing it on Saturday either. So maybe we'll get lucky. We'll see. We'll see. It's showing it more over Jersey, perhaps. Maybe we'll get lucky. But this is the icon. If I go over to windy.com, which is using the European, it's probably going to be a different story. Let's do this. Clouds. I gotta go here. I gotta go to visibility. Let's do this with visibility. So let's see what the Euro has. It does have some sucky drizzle. That's rain. That looks like a rain shower right there. I don't know if that's sucky drizzle or not, but Friday we should have it off to the south. But then Saturday, all right, it's not showing on Saturday. All right, it is showing some. We'll have to see, but I'm not going to update you again on the, unless we see any severe weather. That's going to be it. So again, I post weather updates when we have extreme weather, whether it be extreme temperatures, winds, severe weather, as well as when we get toward the end of the month, we go over the monthly weather. That's going to be all. So enjoy the rest of your dry time tomorrow before we get back to the sucky dampness, which I'm tired of already. All right. Good night.